Hey guys, Zombie here, and today I have just another general news update. Wargaming actually just came out with a new video that I thought, why not go over it with you guys? I don't have a script or anything for today. I'm just gonna basically brush over everything that has kind of really come out in this category. This is my Discord server, by the way, but my WoTB news channel is basically a whole bunch of stuff from the Blitzpost Discord, which is I think run by one guy, and it's very impressive. It's a lot of cool news. I've plugged it before. You guys should make sure to join the Blitzpost Discord. It's pretty awesome. I love having it in my own Discord myself. So, anyways, here we go. Alright, so it looks like a new avatar, new battle pass. I hit space and it didn't pause. Apparently I'm bad at YouTube. Anyways, so it looks like we have another tier 6 as usual. I'm not sure what the tier 4 is. Maybe we'll get a peek at it a little bit later. Or maybe I missed it. I don't know. But looks like it's going to be the Cromwell this time. And I actually really like the skin. So it looks like it's themed like some kind of lunar rover or something like that. I forget what this one's called. Oh, we'll figure it out later. That's a really cool feature. That looks sweet on the moon map. That's super cool. So it looks like there's also a new event. This reminds me a lot of the event that you could get the Type 62 and I think the Type 64, maybe a couple other tanks. I forget what it was. But basically you had to buy items in shop or like in the shop and you'd get this currency from buying basically anything in the shop. And it looks like with this currency, that's interesting. So there's like 20k. There's a really giant difference in price for everything. Anyways, you buy stuff in the shop, you'll get this type of currency, and then you can actually select things from this list and enjoy your rewards that way. Or you can get, you can exchange them for a couple resources like you can see on the left here. So it looks like... Alright, looks like the tier 4 is going to be the Panzer B2. That's actually pretty cool. So the tier 6 is the Explorer, or at least so it's called. Actually, those camos look pretty cool. But anyways, the Panzer B2, the profile background actually looks like it might be pretty awesome as well. Pretty standard stuff alongside that though. The Panzer B2 is actually really special and something that I would recommend picking up just because as long as you don't play in a platoon, if you're playing the Panzer B2 solo, you can't actually see tier 5, so you're guaranteed top tier every match. It has very special matchmaking. It's good for seal clubbing if you're into that. So it looks like tanks are getting the ability to jump inside gravity mode, and this is huge for me just because it's going to allow... it looks like it's for mediums and lights. Maybe tank destroyers will get it too. But regardless, this kind of maneuver, it's going to allow you to jump over super heavies. And I know everybody hates them in gravity mode unless you're in one. But like a VK168, the mouse, those things really made the game unfun for a lot of vehicles. So this is going to give them a new kind of edge and kind of balance super heavies effectively. Sheridan missile. I don't know what that's about. Oh, looks like there might be a new tech tree branching off of the tier 6. So we're not getting a preview of any of the tanks. This is interesting. That tank looks funky. That's weird. That's kind of like the E5 hull. It looks very similar, except the tracks are a little bit more like the T95 E6. The turret reminds me a lot of a T69 and an M103 combined. So the name is the M6EO. Oh, that's weird. I don't like I don't like how this looks at all. I hate that turret. Oh my god. So it looks like pretty standard stuff, an oscillating turret. Looks like it might probably be an autoloader, at least I'd assume from it the fact that it has an oscillating turret. Looks like it's going to have more gun depression over the sides than it will over the rear and the front, which is something to keep in mind. This turret actually does look like it would be pretty strong. See if we can get a better angle. I'm going to do the slow-mo here. God, the sound. Alright, so if you're shooting at it directly, this is what you're going to see. Looks like there might be a little bit of a weak spot here, but other than that, this tank should be pretty okay hauled down, I think. The mantlet is probably going to be impenetrable. I think this is a heavy tank, if I remember. Upper plate looks like it's actually sloped pretty well, too, so we could probably look forward to that being good. I wouldn't expect the sides to be very good. These cupolas might be a little bit troll, but I don't really expect a lot from that. So if you are going hull down, I would advise aiming your turret up so that you can effectively hide the cupolas. If you're doing something like that, this tank might actually be pretty good for hull down stuff. That actually looks like a pretty hefty sized gun too. So I'm expecting a decent chunk of alpha from this. So that's pretty interesting, something to look forward to. A lot of good stuff coming up. So, April Battle Pass tank named Explorer, similar to the researchable Cromwell, but has better accuracy and aiming accuracy, but poorer mobility. Alright, so it's very similar to the Agent, except the Agent versus the VK2801 actually did have more mobility as well, so I don't know. I'll have to wait for the this actual statistics to come out to check it out, but so far it looks pretty interesting. I really like the skin on it. So next event is your garage full of boosters, certificates, credit points, galactic wealth. You can use those unused resources. You can even earn them in battles. The galactic container, the UE-57, nice. T-28, I don't really care about that. Panzer Substaffel für, I think I just butchered that, but that's what it's called. And the Churchill game carrier, yes, we can actually get the Churchill GC. That's pretty awesome. That's a sweet picture. These all look really cool. I mean, I know it's low res, but that looks nice. There's now the jumping ability for light and medium tanks as well as tank destroyers. So everything but heavies actually gets the ability to jump, that's all right. So yeah, it's specifically seems like it's been specifically implemented just to counter super heavies, which I definitely agree with. More often during combat. This ability, tank remains in the air for several seconds. Tactical possibilities such as not getting rammed for all of your hit points. New tech tree announced from Tier 7. Yeah, I saw that. Branches off the M6. It's the M6 or whatever you want to call it. New heavy. Very sweet. The tank is being tested with 2 alternative weapons with an autoloader for 3 or 2 shells. So I was right about the autoloader. The second of these is not standard for Blitz. Interesting. 2 rounds with 450 damage. So that is a 900 damage clip. And if it's 2 shots, a short reload time in the drum. So I'm assuming that could be like a 2 or a 2.5 second inch clip. So it's only going to take you 2.5 seconds to deal 900 damage. That's going to be a really nice ability from this tank. You know, just peek over a ridgeline, use that turret that we discussed earlier, and just double tap enemies. That's going to be pretty interesting. Tested in 7.8, so post about the stats later. So I'll keep you guys updated about this tank. I'm pretty excited. Here's another shot. Yeah, this looks very similar to Chieftain's hull, but also it has this weird stuff going on with the front drive wheel, or not drive wheels, the idler wheels. The turret, it looks like it's pretty tall, actually, so the side profile is going to be a little bit annoying. Probably if you're playing that, just because, you know, it's a giant side profile. Looks like it's going to be an extremely tall tank. Now, I know a lot of you are probably immediately thinking that it looks like the Annihilator, and I'm kind of thinking that too. I don't know. Anybody else getting Annihilator vibes here? I'm not sure. And one last thing I do want to go over is, if we go way back, there's a couple other things it shows. Here, I'll show it to you. That's the Skoda T27, the new premium tank. I don't know why they're not showing the hit points. There we go. So the T27 did a clip of about 800 damage, which is pretty impressive. Then there's I keep wanting to say the T100 LT. That's what it looks like. There's the LT432. This thing has an amazing turret and a nigh impenetrable upper plate, at least from the screenshots I've seen. Just for tier 7, but for tier 8 and above, the turret's still really good, but the upper plate it's alright. There's the T27 again. Looks like it does have 10 degrees of gun depression, something that's going to be very nice. I think it's probably going to have around 225 alpha. I'm not sure if the stats are even posted yet, but that would be my best guess. Here's a screenshot that I'm telling you about. Look at this upper plate, the turret, and then the lower plate here. That's crazy. And this is from the point of view from a LTTB. This is wild. He is using AP, but that's insane. Just slightly angled. Alright, looking forward to that tank. I'm definitely going to pick that one up. Alright, and the last one is, alright, here's the very last thing that looks pretty cool. So the Blitz Post has a blog that's interesting. Didn't know that. So here's the RHM 128mm gun. So it looks like the entire Grille line is actually going to be receiving the reticle calibration consumable, as well as the spall liner. I think it's a Provision, I can't remember. But either way, those are two very powerful modules that you're going to be able to add to the line, and it's going to heavily affect the gameplay. So that's interesting. So with reticle calibration enabled, the 128mm only goes down that much. I'd actually expect it to go down a little bit further, but that's not bad. Here's the 152, something a lot of people are probably going to be thinking about, you know, with the reticle calibration, because it's super inaccurate. And it goes down to about the same accuracy as... yeah, just slightly more accurate than the 128. So that's going to be very nice to play with and allow you to hit a lot of interesting shots. Here's the Sturrier Mill. I love this tank. Let's see how more accurate it gets. That's pretty significant. That's a little bit more than the change from here to here, or so it seems. I skipped. All right. Here is the WTF Panzer IV. I'm not sure what gun it is. I think it's one of the 128s. So that gets super accurate, or pretty accurate, at least it looks like. I'm assuming this is the 152, so that's another decently inaccurate gun, and it goes down to that. And then here's the Grille. Oh my god, that's very small. This is at 700 meters too, so keep that in mind. On full zoom, that's probably why the bloom is so big, but regardless of that, you saw how much it actually affected all of the changes, so you just got to keep that in mind. This is a huge buff to the line, at least in my opinion. Just because the line, except for the Grille, the line's known, at least in my mind, for being pretty inaccurate, especially the RHM's 152. And this is kind of going to really help to negate that, as well as the spall liner consumable. This entire line is plagued with getting spammed by HE the entirety of the games that they are in, and the spall liner is effectively just going to increase their hit points just because people can't really spam HE anymore. And since HE effectively does more damage than armor piercing or Pramo or anything like that, it's kind of weird to describe unless I write it out, but it effectively increases their HP just because tanks can't maximize their DPM so much with HE like they used to be able to. So that's pretty much it for today. I guess thanks for watching. A lot of cool news. I'll make sure to keep you guys posted about everything as best I can. I haven't really been super active on my channel. I'm going to try and get some more videos out again. I just got a really good replay in my AMX M449, so I'm probably going to upload that very soon. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.